Oh man. Oh man. We gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, man. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's get the poll up. K Flock, yo. Oh my God. K Flock is cooked, man. Let's get into it, man. K Flock is cooked out here. Yo, we gotta really and truly, bro. Really and truly, a lot of these guys are lost out here, man. Um, and I'm gonna say this. Before I even get started, let's say this, right? Shout out to all the dudes that's out here, that survived, that's not in prison, that actually did their dirt, and they moved on and established a new life, a new opportunity, and get into the bag. We gonna talk about these YNs, man, because we gotta be real. K Flock, all these New York guys, these YNs, they like 20, they ain't even hit 30 yet, right? We don't say that, right? These YNs don't care, bro. And let me tell you something why it's a setup, right? We gonna talk about how this is a setup, how the street is set up for you to fail and not succeed. This is why only a select few make it, and some bite the dust, bite the bullet. And we gotta be completely real, man. A lot of these YNs now don't got no direction. A lot of them don't know, they don't know enough, They let me just say this, it could be the age difference too, a lot of them. Some of these guys that's been out here, that's been, you know, doing their thing, did they dirt in the streets and actually now living like a civilian, living like having a civilian life. Like, I gotta salute them guys, man, because you see K Flock and these guys, man, and let's be all the way real. Yeah, my camera. I'm getting to the money, so I can't have my camera on. So shout out to Xavier. Um, Make sure you double tap the screen to like it. Share the live out for me. Subscribe. Yeah, I can't. I'm getting to the money right now, so I can't, have my camera on. But I will be live later. That will, if y'all want to see me with the camera on, when I do the big live, right? And let me say back to what I was saying. Salute to the guys that did their dirt, that survived the streets and actually living like a citizen now, right? And this is why I gotta salute them. I know a lot of people, right? I know a lot of dudes right now that's civilians that was wilding like K Flock and all these guys. They just knew when to get in, when to get out. A lot of these guys, a lot of these guys, really and truly, they didn't have no direction. A lot of them didn't really. A lot of them don't even have no OG. A lot of them don't have no OG. They don't have no one like guiding them. So a lot of their choices, it just offer anger and because I know a lot of people, bro. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people, and I've been one of those people, that been outside, and I ain't never get a Rico or nothing. It is the way how you move. Like a lot of these YNs don't know how to move, bro. And every day I see it happening. Every day I see a new one get caught. or they get riled up into the New York drill scene. So, a lot of them get hemmed up and tied up into it. A lot of them don't know, you know, how to maneuver in the streets. A lot of them do stupid things like they will shoot somebody broad daylight, outside and stand in front of the cameras. That's what I'm talking about. Like these guys, they don't understand. Like now in 2025, there's a camera everywhere. They got the street cameras, they got the infrared cameras. New York, especially got the camera. They got the robot dogs and all type of stuff. Ain't nobody should be doing no crime right now. I ain't gonna lie. Everyone should just, rally up, turn to a civilian, and do something better with their lives, man, and leave the drill alone. This how you know drill been going on for like drill's been out since niggas was outside. So this how you know another generation came in and people and these guys are still drilling. And drill, the drill music, a whole another 10. Let me see. See, I'm 30 now, right? I say about 15 years. I say 15. I'll even say more. I even go further and say, yeah, like 50, like 16 to 17 years, like this drill thing been going around. You feel me? How you doing? It's been going around. Like these guys been really doing this for so long, and it spilled over into another generation. That's the crazy part. Hey, salute, doctor. Or free pay for another YN that got caught up on a camera doing crime in New York. Like New York ain't full of camera, so they gave him 30 years for being for drilling. If I'm late answering your questions, it's because I'm getting to the money right now. So, but I pop in, I see your comments, and I'm. But yeah, he ain't had no guidance. Like he didn't think they didn't know what to like. Oh, the OGs didn't teach these young niggas anything, man. You see, when I was growing up and we was outside, we had people out there. We had older like our elders. Not even just our elders. We got elder people in the streets that was older than us that taught us the way, how to survive, how to maneuver, how not to get caught up. See, a lot of these YNs now, they don't care. They don't care. They get caught up, they get locked up, and some of them end up doing their time. Some of them end up snitching. Like a lot of them be snitching. A lot of these wines be snitching, because they not really was built. They just saw some music, listened to music, and thought like that's what they're supposed to be doing out here. You see, when I saw the video footage of him, doing his thing and him leading up to him getting the 30 years, I was like, bro, you got that shit in broad daylight. Like, I don't feel sorry for him. Nah, don't free him. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't leave him in there. He needs a lesson learned. He needs to learn how to maneuver. He needs some OGs in there to teach him. He need a lesson, in that. That's what he needs. He needs to sit down. He needs to sit down. I ain't gonna lie. And like I don't wish jail on anybody, but some motherfuckers just need to sit down and listen and relax. You see, when you're doing music, you're making all this money, and you're just throwing away. You just wasted people time. You wasted people time. You wasted your fan base time just because you had to prove what you know. And he could have been right in the situation. He could have been wrong. It don't even matter. But it's just like when you touch a certain amount of money, like just get security. I've been saying this shit for the past 10 years. Get security, bro. Like it's not that serious. It's really not that serious. It's not that serious because you don't know who wants your spot. You don't know who trying to get you. You could have been you dissing people in the literature, you talking about people dead homies and all this type of bullshit. Like, bro, Of course, so I'm dude gonna try to check you about that. But see, they don't know. They don't understand the consequences. They just think it's rap, you know. And nowadays, rap music, especially this drill, I'm surprised. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm surprised drill music is still going on. I'm surprised they drill was kind of done up, and then a lot of these YNs bring it back, and they think they bring it to a whole different level. And then I'm gonna say this: when it comes to drill, Chief Keef from Chicago dude started that drill and all that stuff, man. Like especially like people 30, some people that's 30 plus. I say 35. I'm not even 35 yet. Some of these people 30 plus don't even know what the hell drill is. They don't know what the hell that is. Some people like, oh, who's that? Who's K Flock? I don't know no damn K Flock. Who's that? Because these are real life YNs right now. These are like our younger brothers that grew up and became, and this, that's just what it is. You see, like this generation right now of these YNs, they're like 20 something years old. They 24, 25. Like these were our little brothers that was watching us grow up. So this is why I'm not kind of shocked that a lot of these young dudes like are getting what's the name? Getting caught up, catching cases, doing shit because when we was outside, that's what we was doing. We looked up to the older ones. And my time before me was doing the same thing. They were just a little bit smarter, you know? So I'm not the crazy thing is like, okay, he's in there, cool. But it's not even just him. It's him. It's a whole bunch of other ones that was doing the same thing. They just caught him on the camera. But they say he ain't getting out to 2045. That is crazy, crazy. And a lot of them, some of these guys don't make it. But some people don't realize like you got to be mentally strong to survive prison. Like you got to be mentally strong. That shit ain't not for everybody. Like now you really got to watch your back. It ain't the streets no more. That's why I say like the streets is something. Prison is not, but prison you can't run nothing. You got to face whatever you got to face the consequences in there. So I hope I hope he has he's tough as he was in the music. Because some of these guys, the music it'd be a persona, it'd be fake. They just do it because it's cool. But I don't feel sorry for these guys. I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel sorry for these guys. Um, I've been watching them when they first rise into the drill scene, and I'm just like, yo, yeah, they about to end up in prison. I already knew. I already knew. This is people dead homies. All that came from Chicago. Like I don't understand like these guys, man. That stuff came from Chicago. I've been rapping for a mean minute. I've never said it about nobody dead. I ain't never just somebody dead, homie. Nothing. Nothing. And and these guys are on every track. They be on every track like, oh, I put them in and they commit to the murder on camp. They commit to the crime on the song. They take the block they was on. They tell you the time he passed away, how many bullets they hit him with. Like this generation is different as hell. This is different as hell. Yo, I was talking to somebody else like, yo, this is our generation. I'm like, yeah, we messed these young niggas. Yo, we messed them up. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. We really messed these guys up out here, man. And this could have been my brother. It could have been either one of my brothers, my younger brothers. It could have been my sister, like him. Because, the drill music took over. But I ain't gonna lie, drill music was a thing. That's all we used to listen to a whole bunch of Chicago. Bro, we should go back and we should be listening to a whole bunch of Chief Keef and Fredo Santana, whole bunch of Tato, Ball Out. G Herbo, we was listening to that when we was younger. Like that was the drill, that was the drill scene. Like it was different. Now you see, look at these guys now. They rich, they trying to change their lives. These New York niggas, oh my god. Yo, these niggas is different, bro. I swear. Like they just different. Like I think the air is a little different. I mean, once you cross the bridge, when you come back to Jersey, the air good. When you cross over that bridge and you in New York, you're in a whole different, like you in Call of Duty, like you in blackout, like you go to blackout. Like it should be crazy. So I don't really feel for I already knew, man. I already knew he was crook, man. I'm not gonna lie. I knew he was cooked because of the video camera of him. I saw it, and then all the other stuff tied into it. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna cook. They're gonna cook that boy, and they gave him Rico. And for y'all to understand that Rico how it works, bro. Right now, if I was giving out money to 5 people and we start doing crime as an organization, like, bro, they can just Rico you, bro. It's that easy now. Hey, Roger, salute, salute. Yeah, I'm checking your comments later. I see y'all though. I'm reading them right now. Yeah, like these young guys is different, man. I ain't gonna lie. And like even my brother like 24, 25 right now. One day I call him on live, not even like a picture of him brandishing a gun. I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, I was smack yo. I ain't gonna say it on YouTube, but I got mad. I got mad as hell because like it don't matter what it is. I never brandished no gun. You can't even find a picture of me with a gun on the internet. Not one. Why? Because we was already taught the right way. Like older people, OGs, was around. They was around guiding us, to do the right thing. They ain't say, oh, come out here and do this. Nah, they grew us up differently. That's why my mindset is like different from a lot of guys, even now. And especially because when you got kids too, it's a whole different ball game. Like you just gotta just move completely different. Like you gotta move completely different. These guys are so young, he won't get it. He gonna have to sit down and do his time for him to get it. Like no one can't preach him. We was hard headed. I didn't listen to nobody when I was growing. I didn't listen to nobody. It was until I got older, all them words started coming back to me. I'm like, damn, I should have did this. Damn, I should have never went out. I should have never sold drugs. I should have never did that. I should have just went to God. I should just went to school and become a regular person. But that was just not my lane, my time, my lane. I was like, man, forget all that. I said, forget all of that. I was doing all the crazy stuff. The same thing. The only difference between me and K Flock, this guy, he got caught up. He got caught up so bad that it got so bad that he got famous for doing it on music. And once that's like me, that's like my label right now. If I start doing a legal crime, and see, this is why my homies thank me now. If I'm doing a legal crime right now within my label and I have them underneath, and we start doing stuff and we get in trouble, they can RICO me and say I'm the leader, which yeah, I'm the leader, but we don't do no criminal stuff. We just rap. We just rap out. So you know what I'm saying? But because he like the face of like they have him as the face, and he only got to be the face. But because he's the face and they see him and he got the money and he's rapping about people and how they, all this New York, it is what it is. They did it. But the thing is with them now, they did it for money to get famous. You know, they don't know the consequences. What you say at your mouth sometimes can hem you up. You see what I'm saying? Anybody could have went on a bit of song and started dissing a whole bunch of people, get people dead, and making drill music. Like I got music I would never re-release. I got a lot of crazy music, drill music I would never re-release right now. That I still got. I would never re-release it because that's a different time. I ain't trying to promote that now. I'm trying to promote the positivity now. Because I've been seeing all these Ricos going around. Like, yeah, see, all these Ricos going. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to get Rico. I don't want to. Shout out to my homies. All my niggas. You know, all my guys are made man. They grown up. A lot of my people. They live normal lives now, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Because now in the year 2025, the amount of stuff I seen, the cameras, the thermal camera, they can see if you got a gun on you. You know, the robots, the AI robots, and they having robots in New York releasing robots, to get you with all that. That's craziness, yo. That's crazy. Right now, it should be no crime. The crime rate actually should be down, but these guys, And it's mostly the YNs. It's mostly the YNs doing this crazy shit, man. You know, when you got people that been to jail many times, you see how they come out, how they have to start all over. I have homies that go to jail, come out. You know, some of them can't even. You know, it takes them a while to adjust back into society. Now they missed out 5, 6, 7 years out of society, and it's different now. I got a homie. He went to um he went to jail. He went to shout out to everyone to the comments again. Salute, salute. Shout out to DR Ills. Make sure you double tap the screen to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, yeah. And sometimes it's 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 what they say hem them up too. I see what you're saying. Sometimes lawyers set it up. So, sometimes lawyers can set you up too. The lawyer can set you up to fail too. For real. Like I feel that though, but like the lawyers, man, listen. If he know he did it, like, and he knew he don't like, sometimes they know they did it, and they know they got caught, and they still say they didn't do it. With, I mean, I would say the same thing. I ain't gonna lie. See you see, but the thing is, like, yo, let me finish what I'm saying, right? I had a dude, right, my homie. He came, I was doing a project, right? I was doing some project or whatever, right? About to release, and he was just doing a project, right? And he was rapping, and we from Jersey niggas, so he from Irvington, I'm from North, so he doing his thing, he rapping and shit, he just not rapping, he just not getting the song, and I see him like he did a video of him, the video was lit, he had my homies in the video and all that shit, right? Now let me say this, as soon as I seen him in my homie crib and he had a gun out and shit. I'm like, yeah, he might have cooked himself now. I told my homie, I'm like, yo, like, like I should go. I used to go to the probation office, with you, and like you're bugging, you're bugging, and like long story short, he ends up getting cooked right after that. They must have found a weapon on him or whatever and cooked him, and probably saw the video too and cooked him for that. And let me tell you what happened when he came out. Now this is the craziest thing, right? The craziest thing is he went in there, came out, right? He was readjusting back into society, right? He was readjusting back into society. Now let me tell you something. When he when he when he readjusts back into society, I see he started trying to get some money. He's trying to get some money and all that crap, right? You know what ended up happening? He ended up doing some bullshit again and ended up going right back in that motherfucker. He ended up violating um he ended up violating probation like 2 to 3 months when he came out. Because remember, he's a YN too, he's my dude, like my homie. He's one of my homies and shit. But like he ended up violating probation, doing some dumb shit again. Same thing again. Probably I think he caught him with a gun. No, he just violated. I don't think they caught him with a weapon, but he ended up violating. He did something and the violent, and I gotta go tap in. And he violated. So instead of him doing that 4 or 5 years the first time he got up on good behavior, when they violated him, now he got to do the whole 4 years. So my man's won't come out until like 2020 what five, like 2026. He ain't coming out until like 27, 2027. So he's cooked for a couple years. You feel me? But that's because his young guy mentality. He had the brains, but it was just like the company. When you have certain company around you, you know, certain things can just get you up out of here. You can be riding with your homie, and your homie got a strap underneath the seat, and y'all get pulled over, and you on probation, you end up violating. Just like anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So it's like even for K Flock, I hope when K Flock come out, he have his head on straight. Like he have his head on straight. He change up his thing. Um, he change up his ways. He changed up his ways, and he ended up becoming a civilian. I don't have anybody that's a civilian that live a civilian life. You know, those people you gotta look up to and look up and see how they do it every day, how they get up and not do crime and not do BS and live a life. Live their life the right way. Everybody do their thing on the side though, but like when you're bugging out, you're sliding on people, you're doing things that you're robbing people, and like consequences come with everything. Consequences come with everything. Let me give you another story. I had a homie. We used to go party together, right? We could probably about one or twice with her. And he was a blood, right? He was a blood. And we used to go to parties and shit. And he used to be on Molly, like Molly water and all that shit. You know all that, all the Molly things. He was on Molly, probably an X, I don't know. Probably on some lean, he should put the Molly and turn it into Molly water, they put the pill in the water. It's like he giving himself like a root, like a and like using the club, and he turned up, and he was turning up, right? So mind you, I didn't have a I didn't have a strap on me. I think he was him and one other person that had a strap on them, right? And let me tell you something about that. Let me tell you something about that dude. He was cool, but his actions used to always get him messed up. You know, they done poked him up a couple times. Not with me though. I'm just saying like something you can do in the universe and it's come back around. He ended up getting poked up 2 or 3 weeks after that. He ended up getting shot 2 times, back and forth, like shot multiple times, survived. But I just think that's just a warning. Some people get warning. Some people you get shot one time and don't come back. Some people you might get a warning. Your life might flash in front of your eyes, and that type of shit. But K Flock, K Flock K Flock's chance was the music, and we don't know if he was really getting paid from the music that good for him to stop doing the street stuff. But once you got beef and you're in an organization and a gang, yo, the beef don't stop, bro. Like you gotta be real. And this is why the streets is kind of tricky because if we all in the same crew, instead of be a Crips or whatever, right? And one of our homies died, and you got your ops talking about him in songs and all that stuff, bro. You're never letting that go, bro. You're gonna keep sliding until you catch them, right? That's how the streets is kind of like, you're gonna keep going. That's just what it is. Like anybody can sit here and lie and say, "Oh, I ain't gonna do it." But trust and believe me, one of your homies died, right? God forbid, and dudes out here making songs about him, and you in the gang, you're gonna slide, bro. Sometimes you don't got no choice, or they're gonna call you, you know, a pig. You know what I'm saying? So the streets is kind of like the streets is what's the name? The streets is kind of like it's tricky, you know. It's very very tricky. I just hope K Flock get it together when he come out in 2025. If he make it, I'm I hope he get it together when he comes out. Hopefully he makes it to year 45. But I know by the time he get out of prison, cars gonna be flying. They probably won't be no more ops out when he gets out. You know how this world turning into. You know it might not even be no more ops outside for him to even like get retaliation on or have to look over his shoulder. Sometimes you gotta move out too. Not for real. He got 30. Yeah, bro. Yeah. C Blaze, salute, salute. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, he got 30 years, man. 2000 and 45 or something. He's getting out. That's a long time. By the time he get out, by the time he get out, it probably won't be no more. It probably won't be no more sliding. By the time he get out, you know what I'm saying? I just hope he get it together when he do come out. Even though he didn't get a chance, and no one, no OG's giving any guidance. You know, to save his life. You know, that's why this is why like it's good to have people in your corner, you know. It's good to talk to people, have a mentor, have people that can, you know, some people if you got somebody that can get to you, get into your ear and kind of like persuade you or give you advice and you take it, that's the people that you need in your corner. The people that's willing to doing that's yes men, you know, they will turn you into a crash out. You end up doing something that you can't take back. You get caught on camera doing it. Like you know, even though you do it flips. And we don't. And let's even take a turn right quick. Oh, block. Look at FBG Duck. Like, look at FBG Duck. FBG Duck said, like, y'all ain't got no beef with none of them guys. And look, the opportunity, the only opportunity they got his location. What did them guys do? When he said he ain't got no more beef with them, he focused on music. What did they do? All of them guys jumped out the crib in old block, jumped out of old block on camera. When they walked out the back stairwell, they ain't had no mask on. They put the mask on, I think, when they got downstairs to the car. They put the mask on. Oh, block. I didn't know O Block had all them cameras. I'm like, damn, how do you do touch on how you back then? See, now they trying to catch them. Now look, O Block, all them guys, the dudes at O Block, look what they did. They jumped off the porch, went downstairs, put on the mask, drove 15 minutes on the highway, 5 minutes on the highway to go catch FED duck shopping. After it's no expiration date on get back. We got to keep that in mind too, because I believe in that. There's no expiration on get back. You feel me? But it's the trickery. They lined them up, and not saying that they lined them up, but whoever gave them the location, they lined them up because they knew like where he was at. He was in a busy street in Chicago. FBG we talking about FBG Duck. He was on a busy street in Chicago, and they drove they jumped out of their house, drove all the way there, and they had to get FBG Duck. And he basically was pleading like, "Yo, even though they've been dissing each other dead for mad years, though, I get it, though. A lot of them guys they grew up together, you know, and the first opportunity they got, they threw their life away. And not only that, after they did what they did, I saw a video of them in old block saying, "Yeah, we had to get that." I'm just like, "Yo, bro, yeah, they cook." And look now, look, they cook right now, gone. And then FPG Duck Mama don't care. She's snitching, all that, because they was publicizing that they got her son. I don't blame any mama would do that. If someone took their son away, like any mama would snitch and like, "Yo, that's them right there. They did that. They online right here. Look at the video." So you know, and look, they drove all the way there to go catch FBG Duck, and then went on camera and said they did it. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And now they all locked up now. You know what I'm saying? But K Flop, man, I know he a YN kind of. I know it's just not just him, but I know it's a bunch of them. But K Flop, yeah, he threw his life away, man. He had the opportunity and the money to go somewhere. You know, go somewhere safer. Move upstate New York. Move somewhere. Yo, New York is big, bro. Like K Flock could have took 10 bands and moved upstate New York away from all them niggas. Like for real. All that money, all that rap money, they just use it to go buy ammunition and go buy more soldiers. It's crazy. Well, what I'm starting to see too, like I don't think that they be really watching these Vlad interviews with all these mafia guys doing hits back then, back in the 80s, back in the 70s, and all of these. They was doing all these mob hits, and look at all these mobsters now. What they doing right now? Snitching, snitching, bro. And they was one of the first to be like, there's no snitch rule. But look what they doing now. They snitching, bro, on Vlad and telling them, yeah, we trying to get him. Yeah, I was a hitman and all this. Yeah, we did this back then to get out of prison because it's like, yo, we ain't doing no prison time. But you gotta think, they was like, I ain't gonna spend my life in prison, and get tricked out of my spot. And you got the same people. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So we gotta understand a lot of people get tricked out of their a lot of these guys get tricked out of their spot, especially the YNs. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't care what no one said. My brother and my sister, I don't want to see them do nothing. If I even see them doing no BS, I'm on them. I'm not even playing them type of games. I don't care what they talking. I'm not playing none of them type of games with none of them. Take your behind the school, go to college, do something meaningful, you know? Because after all of that's done up, what you gonna have? Yeah, you got kids, what you gonna show your kids? You know? What you gonna give them? And this is what people, especially that got kids that's outside, don't get tricked out of your spot. Don't get tricked out of your spot, man. See all them dudes that's with K Flock that was with him, they might not even send him no money when he ain't there. He might not even get no money. They might not even put no money on his books in there, bro. That's the crazy part. He might be in there right now, and probably not one of them dudes send him no money, no nothing, no money to get no crackers, nothing. That's the trickery with it. You do all that crime for dudes and do all that sliding and everything, and hold on, guys, hold on. You may do all that sliding for these guys, and then when you in there alone and they outside on the streets, they outside on these streets and shit, still doing the same thing, and you in prison, and they saying free you and putting you in their bios and all this stuff. They might not even send you no money because they might be broke, the same thing broke, or they probably still trying to, they probably still trying to slide and make ends meet. A lot of these, man, listen, bro, the streets is crazy, bro. I'm gonna do a live, and I said it on Instagram. People be like, oh, the streets a myth. The streets is not a myth, but the streets It's trickery. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's like it's like you in the Matrix for real. It's like you in the Matrix. You in a gang, you taking orders from somebody, or if you're not even taking orders, but if one of your man's died or something happened to your man, you gonna slide. Like you can't say no. You say no, you'll be you know, they will classify you as what? You know. You see what I'm saying? Your man's get knocked down. You gotta keep sliding, you gotta catch them. Dudes making diss track. That's why the drill scene is a trick. Shout out to Chief Keef because Chief Keef was the first person I seen leave Chicago and go to a whole different state and still alive now and hasn't been in prison since. That I realized that Chief Keef, when the last time I hear about Chief Keef being in prison or in a RICO, you never hear about his homies getting RICO, Gold Gang, nothing. Do you not realize that? Why? It's because instead of him getting tricked out of his position of what he had at the time, he had Jimmy Iovine back then when he was a youngin. Remember, Chief Keef used to be wild as hell. He used to be wilding. It took Chief Keef years. I think it took him almost until now. I think Chief Keef is like 30 or something now. Chief Keef been living in LA for years, what, decade plus. Since he was a youngin. Jimmy Interscope and them saved his life. I'm telling you, they saved his life. If not, Chief Keef would have been like Dirk and them right now, probably in prison. Probably done got popped 3, 4, 5 times already. Let's use another example. Lil Reese. Lil Reese in jail every 2 or 3 months. Every 2 to 3 months, domestic or something, some BS he be in there for. Every 3 months. Now he's in there right now over a girl got say he did this or whatever, got violating probation or whatever, right? They gotta understand like you can't like these people like the universe how it's set up and especially how these like when you a YN and you trying to be cool with people like you can trick yourself out of your own spot. You can trick yourself out of your own spot, man. Like people gotta understand that. People necessarily don't gotta trick you. You can trick yourself. For free every yo, I ain't gonna lie, for free I hope Case Rock survive, no one mess with him in there. You know, I hopefully some OGs sit him down in there, and give him a talk. TK. Let's talk about TK. Let's talk about TK. TK is a youngin, bro. He's a youngin. But he was lost. TK was lost, bro. Listen, the whole thing with him doing the race, the song the race, him being on the run, and I'm gonna blame his parents for this one. You feel me? Marchi, I can't pronounce it. Lucio Martinez, salute, salute. Make sure you like the live. Make sure you subscribe. So let me say this. JK, JK is another one. JK, JK was a youngin. He's a YN, and look what happened to him. Look what happened to JK. He's also a YN. And JK is a super YN. Look what crime he got. Look what he got caught up for. Robbery. of an elderly person, and then robbed another. Yo, you know what I'm saying? His parents are gang members, right? I'm gonna say allegedly. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say allegedly. His folks are alleged gang members. You know, he said it in the song, it, insane and all that, whatever, right? He was lost. He was lost as soon as he came out the womb, and his parents didn't change their life. You see what I'm saying? I got cousins that's blood and shit. They don't move. They move different. I don't hear about them, and they move different. You see what I'm saying? It's these young, it's these Y. They move. They just different. Yo, these guys are just different nowadays. These YNs. You know what I'm saying? They move a. They move in a whole different like I don't think they like really all the way there. You see what I'm saying? So let's talk about take care. Hey, how you doing? Now look at TK. TK, TK, went on the run. TK went on the run and ended up getting caught, right? Even with him, he ended up getting 40 something. I think he got 40 years. That's crazy, yo. He got 40 years plus life, right? And let's look at TK. And these YNs be snitching too. You see, they're not built for prison, so yeah, they might do some crime, but they will snitch. Most best believe that. KK problem is he had the crew or whatever, he had his people, and they told on him. Even the girl that was with him told. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you do crime, you do it by yourself. That's why when a hitman go do his crime, it's not him and another hitman. When you watch Hitman, you watch 47, it's only him and the person that gave him the contract. That's it. He don't know nobody else. No one knows his identity. They don't know where he came from. Nothing. Because once you start adding people to your organization, to your crime, it makes it easier for a person to snitch on you. It could be your childhood friend he was snitch on you. It don't matter who it is. What you gotta look at, all these guys will snitch. All these guys will snitch, bro. They will snitch. All of these guys will snitch on you, bro. Shout out to everybody in the comments. I'm not reading it. Sorry, man. Make sure you subscribe because I'm gonna go live later again. And I'm gonna do a whole like a full live breakdown. We gotta be real. Like all of these guys. Yeah, if I was just coming in, double tap the screen to like the live. Mostly all these guys will snitch, bro. It don't matter who you think you is. You could be the most dangerous dude in the world. Look at TK. The girl snitched on him. The friend that was with him snitched. Everyone snitched on him and got him cooked out here to get less time. And I think he's the only one doing 40 plus years life, whole life. He's the only one doing life. All the rest of them got reduced sentences and everything. You know what I'm saying? And he thought they were thorough. He thought they were gonna hold it down, and they did it. And he's a YN, and he's never coming home. The dude probably never even drove a car yet. He probably, he probably didn't have a threesome yet. He probably didn't go out. He just probably never had a credit card, a bank account, nothing. He's been cooked since he was a young. He was like 18, I think. 19 years old, cooked 20 years old, cooked, bro. Cooked. He cooked himself. And the people that he was with, they're not honorable because they told on him and straight life. You see what I'm saying? You gotta remember, yo, a lot of these guys, you do crime with, you gotta keep in the back of your head that they were sick, bro. It don't matter if he put it don't matter if he put a body with you. Man, that dude would snitch. They start saying 80, 90 years, that man is gonna tell. I don't care what I don't care what no one says. A dude start mentioning football numbers and yards, you're gonna tell, bro. And we might be like, yo, I ain't going, I would never tell. Man, let in front of that damn sit in front of them and they say you got 80 years, bro. They say if you tell, we'll give you 5 years. Man, boy, that boy, yo, you're gonna run your mouth with it. You're gonna get the McDonald's, you're gonna get the PF Chang, whatever it is. You're gonna get the Chicken Shack, whatever. You're gonna tell. There's no way, bro. Don't think your homie won't tell on you, bro. Don't think that. Don't ever do no crime with somebody that you think they're not gonna tell. They're gonna tell. You gotta keep in the back of your mind that if you do crime with somebody, make sure they don't know everything. You just don't do any crime with nobody. Just don't do it. That's my advice to everybody. Don't do no crime with nobody. They will cook you. I know someone. I had someone that did 10 years, and when they got caught up and they were trying to face their consequences, what did they do? They told. They told. When it was time for their consequences, they told. That was a good one right there. That's a good one. Oh, that was funny. But yeah, they told. They told. So don't put it past nobody that they won't tell on you. Don't think so. Don't think that. Don't ever think in your life. Don't ever think in your life you do a crime with somebody that they won't tell on you, bro. It is what it is, man. Everyone say, "Oh, I won't snitch. I won't snitch. I won't do that." Man, listen. You start sitting in that interrogation room. They start putting that code there on you, and you're cold in there. You ready to go home. You're tired, and the drugs wearing off, and you have the pill running off, and then boy, your ass is gonna tell, man. And let me tell you how they be catching some of y'all too. Y'all be on these drugs and shit, and when y'all be in that interrogation, I be watching some of these interrogation videos. I be like, yo, nah, bro. Like they be having them dudes in there for hours, making them like, freezing them out, holding them, yeah, putting that air on, ignoring them. Or we do try in a minute, let them sit in there for 2 hours, just to make y'all a little bit more vulnerable. They're like, all right, now we gonna go in. He cold, he tired, he sleepy. I think he ready to talk. Then they go in there and start talking to y'all, and that's how y'all end up snitching. Oh, like, oh, give me some food. That's how y'all end up snitching. A lot of y'all not built for the life. Y'all may maneuver on the streets like y'all built for. When it's time to face your crimes, a lot of these guys is not doing it. A lot of dudes is snitching, bro. The snitch rate is crazy. I'm saying the snitch rate right now is probably like 80 something percent right now. I think 80% of people is gonna snitch. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So I hope, like, moving forward, y'all see K Flock, y'all see TK going, y'all see Pooh Shiesty just came out. Y'all see Gucci Mane did it. Y'all see Big Meat did it. Larry Hoover's can't come out. They got him like 700 years, something like that, or 500 years in prison. He ain't never coming out. He denounced the gang and everything. He's still in there. They ain't letting him come out. And he's like 70 years old. And they don't care because they know they let him out. He'll be back. He's back. His rank. He's too high rank. You see what I'm saying? So just keep it like this, man. If y'all still outside doing active crime and you doing with somebody, don't do it with anybody. But it's better to get caught by yourself, bro. It's better to get caught by yourself. At least if they caught you and you supposed to do like 5 years, you do it 5 years. But if you got someone that's gonna snitch on you, you might end up doing 15 years just because another person will be able to witness it. That might tell to knock off his time, give you 15 and he gets zero. So sometimes it's better to do crime by yourself, bro. At least no one can't snitch on you unless you snitch on yourself. You know? See what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, Case Block been sentenced to 30 plus years in prison. Oh my God. They might put him on Rikers or something. Or he probably was on Rikers. Or something. 'Cause he probably was on Rikers. 'Cause he probably was on Rikers or something. 'Cause he probably was on Rikers. 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 'Cause he See what I'm saying? Take K got like 200, 100 years. You know, these guys got years in prison, bro. But I see the votes in the chat. Shout out to everyone that pulled up. Make sure you subscribe, man. We're gonna keep covering, more of these topics because like when you've been outside and you see like what's been going on, especially to these guys around your age or younger, it's like, yo, we gotta sometimes, sometimes you gotta hold them and shake them. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes it takes them to go to prison for 5, 6, 7 years to actually learn something. So but it shouldn't be like that. They should learn before they go in there. Or don't get caught. Damn, just don't get caught. But it's hard not to get caught nowadays. All these cameras, it's very hard, and people snitching too. People snitching, your own man snitching. So it is what it is. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Make yourself to the channel. If you're not a member, become a member. Member only is only $1. We'll be turning up the members only. Certain stuff I'm not gonna do public. On public live, I'll just do the members only for y'all. If y'all got any topics I want me to cover, just comment in the live. Um, I will be live later in the next like I say next 3 hours I'll be live. When I get home and stuff, I'm about to go live again one more time for the day. So y'all make sure y'all tune back in. We might talk about the Tyson knot. Um, you know, and a whole bunch of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. But we'll be back, man. Road to a mill media, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on IG, Florida Rapper underscore. Get down on IG. Um, follow my page. Support the channel by donating. You know. But I'll catch y'all later, man. Salute. Oh, I thought end the love. Hold on. I thought I pressed the button. Yeah, we'll be back later, man. I'm a little busy now, so we'll be back.